So when I was filming the YouTube tutorial on how to crochet this, I realized it was so hard to show what to do in what stitch. So I had this idea to make my own stitch markers that have like the stitch name on it. So I added to this 3D model that I found and just put that part and then 3D printed it. Ooh, look at it go. I added colors to the actual stitch names so you can see them. But look how easy this is. Now I can just be like, do this in this spot.
So I found a way to make all the stitch marker useful. Look, I always have my yarn tangle, especially when I didn't keep my yarn properly in my bag. So take one stitch marker, and then you see the hole here. You can see it here. Okay, so take your yarn, put it in the hole, pull it out, then pull it a little bit tight and hook it in. That's it. So it doesn't come out. So that's how your stitch marker can be useful and will not tingle in your bag anymore.
Hi, so today I want to show you guys how to do a running stitch marker in crochet, which is great for knowing when your rows end and also how many rows you've done. So here we go. All you need is a scrap of yarn in a different color, and then lay it over top the stitch you want to mark. Insert your hook as normal, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, then keep working in the round. When you get to the end of the row, take the scrap on the inside, pull it to the front and lay it on top, and crochet over it. Work another round. Back at the start, take the top scrap, pull it to the inside, and crochet over it. And just keep alternating back and forth as you go. And when you're all finished, just pull it out.
Okay, TikTok, I'm back at it with another scarf that I made. So this is using the Bernat Forever Fleece. Your main color, you will need 2 balls. You will only need one of your contrast. It is mostly just double crochet, the length, and then like a single crochet on the edges. It's super nice and warm. And then the fringe, I literally cut one piece to kind of match my tail. And then like I just knotted it and then I brushed it out. These that I make for myself personally are like super long. They're taller than me if I hold it up touching the ground, because I like my scarves when I wrap them to like be like longer. So anyways, there's a lot of snow on the ground here and this was super warm. It's like a blanket, super cute. So anyways, happy crocheting. You could totally also knit this as well. The lining would just be different. Oh, and I recommend like a very strong contrast. This is not a super strong contrast, but the scarf I mimicked was like a gorgeous olive green and then like an aqua teal, and like it doesn't look like it's supposed to match, but it does. And I like did this one with a lavender, it might have been called Lavender Haze, and then this is called Cognac, but it's like a yellow brown. So anyways, happy knitting. Happy knitting and crocheting. This would be super cute, like in white with like black, or like a pink with a yellow. Honestly, like anything and everything. Could do like a black and an orange if you're a Bengals fan. Yeah, so anyways, enjoy.
Learn how to turn this into this. Start with your slip knot and chain the number of stitches you need to wrap around the bottom of your torso, then work 1 single crochet into each chain. Make sure there's no twists in your single crochet row, and with a slip stitch, connect your first and last stitches. Chain 1 and work a single crochet into that same stitch that you just slip stitched into. Then chain 1, skip a stitch and work a single crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, work a single crochet into the next stitch, and repeat this pattern all the way around. Once you get back to the beginning, finish up your last stitch, chain 1, and slip stitch into your first single crochet, chain 1 and turn, single crochet into that slip stitch that you just made, chain 1 and work a single crochet into the next single crochet space. Again, chain 1, skip the chain 1 space from the previous row and work into just the single crochet. You'll keep repeating this pattern all the way around and keep repeating rows just like that, always turning your work after each row, until you make a tube of fabric that fits around your torso from the bottom up to just under your armpit area. Then chain 1 and turn, and we're going to start our next row as if we were doing a normal row, but you're only going to work halfway across the round. After you work halfway across, put a stitch marker into the next stitch. We're going to come back to that later. Then chain 1 and turn. Then you're going to work a decrease, so single crochet 2 together, just those first 2 single crochet, skipping over that chain space in between, chain 1, and then repeat your pattern just like normal all the way across. Once you get back to the beginning of that row, you're going to work those last 2 single crochet together, chain 1 and turn, and then you're just going to work a normal row, repeating the pattern of single crochet, chain 1, skip the chain space, and single crochet. So to create the shape I wanted, I alternated working a decrease row and then a non-decrease row for 16 rows total, and then kept working just normal rows until I hit 30 rows total on this front panel. I went ahead and cut my yarn, but I didn't fasten off and I left a really long tail, which is what we're going to use to connect the top together after we do our back panel. Then insert your hook where the stitch marker is, and we're going to make a symmetrical back panel that's the exact same as the front panel. So it looks like this. Now we need to connect the top. Start on the side where you finished your front panel, and we're going to connect in about 6 stitches on each side to make our neckline. So I put my hook back through that loop from the front panel, insert my hook into the first single crochet on the back panel, and then into the corresponding stitch on the front panel, chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, and then work those next 2 single crochets together on each side. You can go ahead and fasten off on the first side, and then this is after I finish the second side. Now we're going to work the neckline. So chain 2 and work a double crochet into that first stitch, and then a double crochet into the chain space. You'll keep working double crochet all the way around, working in both the single crochet spaces and the chain spaces. Once you get back to the beginning, slip stitch to the first double crochet, chain 2, and then work a front post double crochet and then a back post double crochet, and you'll keep alternating between front and back post double crochet to make the ribbed effect of the neckline all the way around. Once you get back to the beginning, you'll slip stitch into that first double crochet and fasten off. Then you're going to do that same thing on the armholes, so you'll attach your yarn, work a row of double crochet, and then a row of front and back post double crochet. And that is it. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.
Watch me make this super cute crochet kit and accessorize her for winter. The Woobles have so many different plushies to choose from, and every kit comes with all the supplies needed to make it, including step-by-step instructions with videos. They have beginner kits if you're just starting out, or if you're like me and want a bit more of a challenge, they have intermediate kits with fun stitches like this bobble stitch used for the body. They're the perfect gift for anyone in your life wanting to learn how to crochet, and even someone like me that's been crocheting for years would have a blast working these kits up. I knew when I saw one of their many available accessories was a scarf, I just had to get it in spirit of winter being right around the corner. Isn't she the cutest?
If you can crochet a granny square, then you can make this. It's so easy. It's 3 squares and some tassels.
First things first, I'm incredibly annoying, chopping problems, that's my pride. I just don't respond to yelling, maybe sit your ass in time, and I'll hear you down the line. Guess I'm the issue here, and that's absolutely fine. No illusion where we at, I'm the Lord, you just God. I feel like 2020 was about the victory now.
This is how you crochet a slip stitch. So I'm going to insert my hook into that stitch, and I'm going to turn or wiggle my hook until the loop on my hook becomes the same size as the stitch, and then I'm going to yarn over, pull it through the stitch and the loop.
Amigurumi. Amigurumi is a Japanese word that combines 2 root words meaning crochet or knitted and stuffed doll. To make adorable plushies, amigurumi is all about crocheting it around using a magic loop to start, whereas normal crochet involves making all sorts of shapes, including flat ones. In fact, amigurumi is what gives Woobles their adorable round tubby shape, which means you'll need to ask.
In today's Tuesday tutorial, we are going to learn how to do this basic granny square. We are going to start by chaining 4. This is going to be an alternative for the magic ring. The chain 3 is going to count as our first double crochet, and the first chain is going to count as our magic ring. We are going to prepare for a double crochet. And we are going to insert into that first chain that we did, pull up a loop, and then complete our first double crochet. That is actually going to count as our second double crochet. We are going to yarn over again and insert into that same first chain and do the third double crochet. From here, we are going to chain 2, prepare for another double crochet, and we are going to work another 3 double crochets into that same first stitch that we were working in before. Once again, we're going to chain 2, and we are going to do 3 double crochets in that same first chain that we've been working in. One last time, we are going to chain 2 and then work 3 more double crochets into that first chain space that we've been working in this whole time. To finish this round, we are going to chain 2 and then count up 3 chains, insert our hook, and then we are going to do a slip knot. And this is what your first round should look like. To begin the second round, we are going to chain 3, and we are going to double crochet into each double crochet beneath. When we get to that chain 2 space, we are going to work 2 double crochets into that space, not into the chain, into that gap. And then we are going to chain 2, and in that same space, we are going to work 2 double crochets. Next, we're going to pull apart our work and make sure that we work a double crochet into this little spot here. That counts as the first double crochet beneath. And then we are going to work 1 double crochet into each double crochet in the round below. To complete the second round, we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to count up 3 chains and then insert our hook into the top and do a slip stitch to join. You can continue to repeat this pattern for as many rounds as you would like. You can make a giant one to make a blanket, or you can sew a bunch of smaller ones together to make scarves, sweaters, bucket hats, anything you would like. There's endless possibilities.
If you crochet, we have the perfect stitch markers for you. They're easy to slide into a stitch and move up to another one. They're magnetic, and there's 60 of them in the box.